This is our equipment, vendors, and partners presentation by Jacob Evans, Matthew Lewandowski, Matthew Flores, and myself. First up is our manufacturer. For our manufacturer, we chose Ubiquiti. We chose them for a number of reasons, but first of all is because that they made the necessary business-grade equipment that we're looking for. Those were wireless access points, layer 2 switches, layer 3 switches, routers, and firewalls. But obviously, there are tons of manufacturers that make equipment like this, so why did we choose Ubiquiti? Well, the first thing we had to consider was cost, because when it comes to working with businesses, cost is always a high priority, which is one of the reasons we chose Ubiquiti. Their equipment is cost-effective and cheaper than a lot of other major tech manufacturers. Additionally, most of Ubiquiti's tech doesn't even require licensing fees, like other big vendors such as Cisco or Juniper, for example. So the lack of licensing fees, along with the general affordability of the equipment, is one of the major reasons why we chose Ubiquiti as our manufacturer. Another important factor that led us to choose Ubiquiti was that their equipment is very scalable to the business, and we are able to use it as a small business and then upgrade it later on as the business expands and grows. Another benefit of choosing Ubiquiti as our manufacturer is because a lot of their equipment is simpler than major manufacturers, which allows for easier setup and reduces unnecessary overhead operations as well. All of these combine to make Ubiquiti an ideal manufacturer for small to medium businesses such as ours, thanks to their affordability, simple management, and scalability that accounts for the business's potential success and allows the network to grow as the business grows.
For my part of the presentation, I'll be talking about CWD and why they're a solid choice as our main reseller for network devices at Canon Woodcraft. CWD is a well-known technology company that sells reliable, business-grade networking equipment, and as our company grows, working with trusted resellers like CWD helps us make sure that we get good hardware, real warranties, and helpful support when we need it. All right, so a reseller matters because it gives us access to real, approved network devices directly from the manufacturers. This means the equipment will work the way it's supposed to, come with proper support, and last a lot longer. For growing a company, this reduces problems and keeps our network running smoothly and quickly. CWD is a strong pick because they are authorized to sell major brands like Cisco, Aruba, Ubiquiti, and Juniper. They've been in the industry for years, and their partnership show that they're doing really well. The CWD also offers help with setup, warranty handling, and customer support, which is useful as we update our systems. There are also other resellers we can look at, like Insight and SHI. They offer similar services and can be helpful when comparing prices or checking for items that might be out of stock. Having more than one option makes our purchasing process a little more flexible. All right, so when choosing a reseller, the main things to look at are whether they officially are approved by the manufacturers, what kind of support and warranties they offer, their pricing, their inventory, and whether they can keep us as we can continue to grow. All right, so in short, CWD is a dependable choice for Canyon Woodcraft because they offer trusted products, good support, and they're a really strong vendor and have good relationships. And with a few backup options available, we'll be in a good position to build a secure and expandable network. Thank you.
Next, I will be going over our information security partner, and the partner that we felt suit the company's needs the best is SANS Institute. SANS provides a lot of benefits for the company overall. SANS offers team development through private training and skills assessments, which we think is very important to ensure that employees are properly trained and properly equipped with the skills that are needed for the job, or for anything that they may need to do for the company. And we feel that the private training aspect is a key portion, as it allows the employees to focus on what they need to focus on and eliminate other distractions. And the skills assessments allow them to ensure that the employees are properly able to apply the skills that they're being taught throughout the training courses. SANS also offers leadership courses and accreditation, which is important for those employees that are stepping into those leadership roles and need the proper training to learn how to handle that role and everything that comes with that role, and get accredited properly so they can do their job seamlessly and efficiently. SANS also provides training courses for employees to equip them with essential skills, which ties back to that team development, to the training courses. Um, it really allows employees to have the proper skill sets to do the job efficiently, to do what they need to do for themselves, for the company, and ultimately benefit all parties, and ensuring that they are properly equipped with the skills that are much needed to deal with, a job within the cyber world. Um, SANS also provides awareness and compliance training, which is very important for allowing employees to properly be aware of threats that are out there. There are a lot of threats within the world of cyber, and having proper awareness for employees is key, and how to handle a situation if they end up in being faced with a threat like that is very important. SANS also offers cybersecurity policy templates, which is key for the company, as this is important for key policies, as it allows the company to if they may not know where to start, if they just need an idea, the template allows them to plug in the information that is needed for a policy and quickly roll out an important policy. That way, it can be implemented right away, and thus benefit the company for whatever need the policy is needed for. SANS also offers risk management training, which I think is very important, as this helps employees make better day-to-day decisions, and it also increases workforce security. But managing risk is huge in the world of cyber, as threats, as human error is very common. So if an employee finds themselves in a situation where they may have made a mistake, um, managing that risk and managing the damage it may cause to the company is very important, and ultimately will prove to better the company. And this is why we think SANS as a whole has many benefits for the company, and provides a lot of good team development, a lot of good training, and everything that they provide makes them a great partner.
For our information system solution, we chose Sentinel-1. Sentinel-1 Singularity provides AI-driven, behavior-based antivirus and anti-malware protection against modern threats. It combines traditional antivirus with EDR in a single platform, reducing tool sprawl. The solution supports automated threat detection and response, limiting damage and downtime. Sentinel-1 doesn't rely on virus signatures. It watches how files and processes behave. This helps stop zero-day attacks and ransomware. And AI allows faster and more accurate threat decisions. And it has a centralized management console that allows efficient monitoring and policy enforcement. And Sentinel-1 scales really well for growing organizations, making it very viable for the future. Does it align with a Christian worldview? Ubiquity aligns by promoting ethical business conduct and stewardship. Though as a morally neutral company, its alignment really depends on responsible leadership and the ethical use of its products. The SANS Institute aligns with a Christian worldview by promoting integrity, responsibility, and ethical cybersecurity practices. As a training organization, it is morally neutral, and the impact of its work really depends on how individuals will apply it and its knowledge to protect others and act honestly. The CDW aligns with the Christian worldview through ethical business practices, stewardship, and community outreach, while remaining morally neutral and dependent on ethical use. And Sentinel-1 aligns with a Christian worldview when used to protect people, data, and organizational resources, reflecting stewardship, responsibility, and care for others.